Good morning, folks. How are we doing today? So I wanted to do a hot take on the new unemployment claims that just came out today. Normally, we talk about the new unemployment claims with Jonathan Twomley. He is typically my Thursday expert guest, but we had to talk yesterday. Go ahead and check out that interview. Lots of great information in there. We talk about what could happen if Trump wins or if Biden wins a lot across a lot of exciting topics. But right in the beginning of my interview with Jonathan, we kind of shared or guessed what would happen today. And if you go back and listen to, I think, the first 10 or 15 minutes, you will unfortunately see that I was right. In that video, again, that was recorded yesterday morning, my fear was today we would tick up close to 900,000. The trend had been bottoming out and slowly reducing, right? The expectations were that we would continue that trend and we'd be somewhere around 830,000. I'm on record for the last couple of weeks saying I think it gets bad from here. And I've even come out and said I think we see 1 million claims sometime in October. And I think it started. I think with the report this morning, 898,000, what is that? 68,000 more than expected. We are now, the trend is broken. The floor is done. We've caught the inflection point. Now I know it's risky. It's a single data point. Any data point is not a trend, but this one is so important. It is reported weekly, so we will talk about it again in 7 days, and then 7 days, and then 7 days after that. It is a noisy number. It has lots of adjustments, but it is consistently noisy. So it at least is trend oriented for me. Of all the economic numbers we get weekly, it is the canary in the coal mine for me. It is the one that I've been laser focused on to go, are we getting better or is there more pain ahead? As I shared with you yesterday, I was not in the camp of thinking the trend is going to continue. The floor was staying intact. I have seen and feared and shared that I think Q4 is going to be the most painful quarter for America in a long time. Certainly, as shockingly as it is to think, I think Q4 will be more painful than Q2. And that is all because Congress has failed us. I believe Nancy Pelosi has run one of the, I don't know, in her opinion, probably the best political maneuvers. She had no intention of getting a stimulus deal done before the election. She wanted to make the American voters angry, upset, because she knows that a angry electorate or voters is not likely to vote for the current administration. It is what it is. If the population is upset, the chances that they vote for the incumbent is not great. And frankly, that goes across lots of essentially jobs that are up in November 3rd, the election period. I think Nancy has clearly been planning this for months. She's clearly kept red line items in the contract or in the negotiation because she knew that the president couldn't say yes and the Senate couldn't say yes, but she could act like she's trying. This stimulus deal has always been 100% political. Now the American people are paying the price. We see our first cut of it today with 898,000 new unemployment claims. As I shared yesterday, the only hope we had was today's number to be horrible. I stand by what I said yesterday is if today's number came out and it was over 1 million, over 1.1, we would have gotten a stimulus deal done because politicians would have realized that there's, it's falling apart too soon. The fact that it was bad but not horrible lets Nancy continue her game. We're 3 weeks away, and we're going to know who is in the office, hopefully on November 3rd, if not November 4th. The American people are going to pay the price. The K-shaped recovery is not going to be kind. I'm doing this hot take because I'm very fearful that this one data point becomes that trend that I've been talking to you about for weeks, and we go from 898 to 937, and 937 to 1,000,001, and then 1,000,000, 1 to 1.1, and it's it's going to get cold. Restaurants are closing. It's just the threat of a second wave is real, right? There are lockdowns in Paris and London and other areas. Going back and remembering the early part of the year, Europe got hit first. So hopefully we're better prepared and we won't get hit. But do we really think that we're better prepared? Come on, really? No, we're not better prepared. So I'm both. I feel good about my calls. I can say so far I'm running right. I don't feel good about it. I wish I was wrong. I wish the economy was stronger. Yes, the continuing claims are dropping. They went from 10.9 to 10.1 basically. But there are lots of reasons for that. Participation rate among women being the most drastic have dropped out. And again, I'm not saying the weekly new unemployment claims are gospel. I'm not saying there's not noise in the data. I'm not saying there's not adjustments. I'm saying it's the one heartbeat, that one early indicator that could tell us that pain is coming. Tell me another economic metric that comes out weekly that could be an early indicator of pain. That's all I'm looking at it for. I'm not looking at it because I think it's right. I think it's a managed number that's been wrong forever. But it's right enough. And it's consistent enough. It's every Thursday at, what time is it my time? 7:30 my, no, 8:30 my time? I don't know, whatever time it is. Early. So I can look and I can consume the data. I guess it's 6:30 my time. That's what it is. I mean, we can argue that we can point at other things. You can think the economy is doing great. Awesome. When I look at what's coming, I don't feel all warm and fuzzy. I see plenty of strength in the economy. I think the K-shaped economy that we've been calling for months now is dead on. I think the people at the top of the K continue to win. Stocks can do great. Housing's going to be more valuable. They're going to buy their second homes. They're going to relocate from apartments to second homes. But the bottom of the K is going to do worse. Less and less service jobs. Christmas is going to be canceled for too many families. It's going to be a rough compare for lots of companies, right? Q4 is typically the most profitable quarter. It's going to be a tough compare. So in the end, I am not left warm and fuzzy about the unemployment claims. Again, the data is noisy, lots of adjustments. You can talk about continuing claims. But again, remember, what am I looking at the new employment claims for? It's that first early indicator. It's weekly, so we get like a heartbeat of what's going on. So that's what I'm thinking. So I just wanted to put this out. I will talk about it a little bit in our daily financial news. I wanted to cover it in 8 or 9 minutes here because I think it's that important. But again, I will do my daily financial news at 7:30. It will be mentioned. But if you wanted, this is the conversation where I went in depth. All right, everybody, take